Today's AskReddit post. Men in their 30s and up with no kids or wife, how is your life? Oh boy, this is gonna be a good one. Let's get started. Ups and downs. I love the freedom to do what I want, when I want, without anyone to duck with my poop. But when you're alone, you're alone. That's the price you pay. Yay. You do run out of things to buy and then starts becoming junk. Most single guys my age, 30 plus, just travel. Dating apps suck. Bars suck. Single friends of friends becoming rare. Meeting someone at a wedding is zero chance. 42 here. In my 30s it was awesome. I had a lot of friends I'd spend time with and have a blast. My siblings had kids, so I got to do the uncle thing and enjoyed that experience. But a lot of friends had kids and stopped hanging out. My social circle has shrunk dramatically due to family, careers, moving, and it does get pretty boring. I no longer want to go out and party, but I don't have anyone at home to chill with. There's lots of freedom, but lots of loneliness as well. About to turn 40, and to answer Op's question, I'm not doing great, but it has nothing to do with no wife or kids. I don't ever want kids, and I was in a marriage that sucked. However, as others have said, the older you get your friends start to drift away, and this is by far the hardest thing. I'm in rehab right now. Fellow addict here, best of luck. You've got this. Fine, I guess. I eat what I want, clean when I want, watch whatever I want. I'm also not obligated to go to some places I don't want to. Last line is so convincing. I've been married. I'm currently 8 years single. While I enjoy solitary life, sometimes I'd rather go someplace I don't really care to with someone I like, rather than sit at home alone. Fine. Kirk. Crackers are a family food. Happy families. Maybe single people eat crackers. We don't know. Frankly, we don't want to know. I sleep in a racing car. Do you? 34. Male. Single. I'm currently close to the happiest I've ever been. I'm in the best shape of my life after dedicating a couple of years to consistent strength training and cardio. I've been improving my professional knowledge set and experience rapidly during working on personal projects in my free time in a way where the benefits of this rapid growth are cascading into my career. I'm hoping to evolve that project into a business in the next few years, which is my main personal goal I'm excited to pursue every day because it feels more like a game than work to me. And furthermore, I love my job and my team at work. I struggle to convince myself to date because I don't enjoy the process and have a hard time finding what I'm looking for in a partner. On rare occasion I feel a little bit lonely, but generally the loneliest I've felt is spending time with people who don't get me at all. Being alone is way better than feeling out of place or misunderstood. 33 and got dumped after 12 years last year. At first I couldn't see how I could live life without someone at my side, but I'm doing good now. People always kept telling me that I can now do what I want, but we both were always pretty self-sufficient. But now I can really do whatever I want, whenever I want without questions asked or getting a weird look from someone. Life goes on. I found new hobbies, got a new job, etc. There are still some dark moments where I get a little sad that I'm alone and got no one to share exciting things with, but hey, there is someone out there for every one of us. 33 is still super young. I know plenty of people around that age who didn't settle yet and essentially live the same life they did at 26. One got married now and has a kid at 36. Boring, simple, stress-free and a little depressing. I think a very important distinction are people who ended up in this situation intentionally or unintentionally. I notice that people that chose this route are generally very happy, and those that want kids and a wife seem absolutely gutted. As a 28-year guy, this comment section is really interesting. Not great. Pretty depressed. Financially totally fine. Even retirement is completely on track. But the realization that I might not get to experience parenthood or family life is hitting pretty hard all of a sudden. Same here. I recently got a good promotion which saw a 20% raise, and I was excited initially. When I got home I just looked around and felt so alone. I started wondering what it's even for. I felt this. More money than I know what to do with. Own my own house. High-end car paid off. No student debt left. Best shape of my life. Despite everything going great, I just feel lonely, empty, and don't know who or what I do it all for. Every time I walk by that empty second sink and second bedroom I think, so am I going to be alone forever? Very lonely and scared of what will happen to me when I'm old and incapable of working, to be honest. I plan to sell all my poop, pay for my funeral services, plan a nice lunch, invite everyone I know to a big ass lunch, then schedule made here in Canada. But give out cash to anyone I know before I die. Go out on my terms best I can. At the moment it's kind of dark. I'm separated from my so and waiting to financially settle. Outside of that mess it's actually pretty good. I kind of love that you start off with it's kind of dark and end with it's actually pretty good. This tells me that you're probably an optimistic person. You'll get through this tough time and come out better on the other side, I think. Keep your head up, king or queen. I keep moving up the ladder in work. I have an abundance of free time and picked up a bunch of hobbies. Travel 5 to 6 times a year to places that feel like a dream. I can't spend my money fast enough and it keeps growing exponentially. I have many close friends because I get to see them a lot. Basically whenever we have free time. But at the end of the day, I'm lonely and want more out of life. No kids. Live alone. Girlfriends come and go. Tonight I'm going to BBQ some dinner for myself with a beer or two. And then maybe play some video games. Life is amazing. Fuck yeah, that's my everyday almost. It's dope AF. Upper 30s. No wife. No more kids. Have a career. Have a house. Have time to myself. But also time with others. I wouldn't change a thing. Wouldn't force my values on others either. No more kids. What happened to them? Maybe had kids at 18 and they moved out of the house now? That's my guess. I'm about to go back to school for a major career change starting this fall. That will take about 3 years and I can say without any doubt that I would not be able to do it if I had a wife and kids. I would probably be stuck doing manual labor for the rest of my life just to keep everyone fed and happy. Hey man, I did a switch a couple years back. Finished up a 2-year program to move up. It's doable and worth it. Best of luck. It's worth the effort. It sucks. Was engaged a couple years ago, but it didn't work out. Had to sell our place and now I'm back in an apartment and worried about finding a life partner. I've been seeing someone in the last year, but it hasn't been that serious. I feel like time is slipping away. Trying to work out and focus on hobbies and spend good time with family and do a good job at work. Also have lots of free time for video games, but I'd rather raise kids at this point. Utterly alone and devoid of significant sacrifice. I make an effort to make up for it, but I know deep down that I was not supposed to be here. In my heart, I always wanted to be a decent father and husband, just like my dad. I'm not very good at deceiving myself into thinking that this is the best situation and using materialism and hedonism as diversion. You could always volunteer. Go do one of them Big Brother things. If he volunteered helping cats or dogs at a shelter, he'd meet lots of compassionate, healthy single women. Not enjoying it, to be honest. As someone who really wanted to start a family of my own, having not even met anyone yet, it feels like it won't happen. I could obviously end up meeting someone tomorrow, but it's hard to stay positive. Sorry to hear you're having a rough go. Fingers crossed for tomorrow. Thank you. I appreciate that. This comment section is sad. It's refreshingly honest though. I feel conditioned by social media to expect everyone to lie. Lonely and regretful. Username checks out. 34 and not seeing any signs of change. It's a fine line to tightrope walk between freedom and loneliness. The deafening silence when you get home from work for those few hours before bedtime can be deafening at times. As you grow, social groups can shrink as other obligations and responsibilities take hold. Time friends spend doing extracurriculars for their kids become time that you find yourself without anything to do, so you try to find things to fill that space. Concerning the deafening silence, that's why I walk around my apartment with AirPods in, playing reruns of Seinfeld every second home and not working. It helps a little. Monotonous and mundane. Sure, do whatever you want, but it gets old sometimes. Yup, there's only so many times you can enjoy going hiking alone, travel alone, etc. Life becomes meaningless. Most friends have families and no time to hang out beyond their immediate social circle. You might get token hangouts once in a while. You can't do everything you want to do. There's just not enough time and not enough you. No wife and kids? Cool, then you have time to do all the activities you want. And you don't have the constraint of other people's wants and needs weighing on you. But that means you don't get to have the super deep spouse and children connections and dependencies that create bonds that become part of your self-identity. Those things can be super fulfilling. On the other side, if you're married with kids, you have no time for all the other stuff and your life is no longer 100% yours to control, and that can suck. The trade-off is you get those soul-deep connections that we as higher reasoning apes are kind of hardwired to seek and feel fulfilled by. No one is 100% happy all the time. They might never waver in their choice, but that doesn't mean there aren't moments when they yearn for the perks of the opposite lifestyle. I'm super happy with my choice in this regard, but at least once a week I wish I could jump to the alternate reality where I live the opposite lifestyle for like 24 hours, just because there's fun stuff over there also. Honestly, ups and downs. I have the ability to do what I want, whenever I want. I save easily, or buy whatever I feel like. Spend time with whomever I want without guilt or time restraints. Sometimes, I feel lonely and wish for someone there, but after a while, I remember how exhausting relationships are, how much constant work they are to always feel not good enough anyway. Then I carry on. I haven't needed a woman in 6 years. My life is good. We are like good. I get to wake up every morning and make some soup. It's the best. Are you saying your life is based off the movie Nacho Libre? I can do whatever I want, but I'm lonely. I want a wife and a family. My girlfriend of 4 years and I just broke 2 months ago up, so joining the dating scene at 32 doesn't sound like it's going to be fun. I'm in that boat at 40. And up includes 60 plus, right? If not, I've been in this situation since my 30s. So I suppose I can still answer. And the answer is that it started out fine and then improved with each passing decade. Now, in retirement, I have the time to delve into all the pastimes I couldn't really squeeze in during my work years, and without family demands interfering. It's a luxury. Midlife crisis lol. I just bought a Mitre at 38. It's always the answer, buddy. Miss mine. Cycling, gym, cooking, hiking, painting, freelance graphic design, starting brewing beer at home this summer, video games, host friends over for drinks/board games, house projects, landscaping. Don't let anyone make you feel you need a wife or kids of your own to have self-worth. Yeah, I'm loving it. Never enough time in the day for all my hobbies. Live in a dream place in Costa Rica. Travel, scuba dive, surf, pickleball, meet awesome people. Very happy to be where I am. It's a peaceful life. Smoking weed and avoiding controversy. Simple. Great. My husband is wonderful. Close bracket. Yeah. I figured a lot of gay dudes could answer this one with quite a positive spin. I love it. It's not for everyone. But I also don't think it's that different from people who are married with children. I can occasionally feel lonely, but no more than I hear friends and family who are married feel lonely. Things can feel mundane, but not more often than I hear others expressing those same feelings. Basically it's just a different brand of living. But it still has the same basic pros and cons, they just look different. This is the best comment in here. Peaceful. Honestly, it is so peaceful. No stressful finances because of kids. No running around doing stupid poop on weekends for kids. No need to be home at certain hours. Not answerable to anyone. My life. My way. It is so peaceful. I love your response. I feel bad for the people feeling like they are missing out on something. Lol. Right out of college I chose to be a live-in caregiver to my grandma for 4 years. Felt like I was single parenting for a while. Now that I'm on to the next chapter of my life, I find myself enjoying not being responsible for another life. But still find myself planning my days like I have to be home to look after the house at night. Grandma had dementia. I was constantly in fear she would go on an adventure. I keep reminding myself someday I'll be ready to take on that parent/spouse role. But for now I'm still making up for those years of living in grandma's basement. You did a kind thing for somebody that you loved and needed the help. Such a beautiful act. Thanks internet stranger, you made the world a better place. 69 here. In my 30s it was amazing. In my 40s I was loving it more. 50s kept getting better and better. 60s is the best one yet. I don't know what my 70s will be like, but I have a feeling it will be awesome. The worst time of my life was my childhood where I got bullied a lot, followed by my teens where I was depressed and suicidal, then my 20s where I worked my ass off and barely had a life. I really hated my life in the 20s. Loving my life now. I've made so many friends and strong relationships that only take time to build. You can't make time in the microwave or push a button to have what I have. It takes time. So use your time wisely and make good friends. Lots and lots of them. There are billions of people on this planet. So get to it and stop being a stick in the mud. Do not just settle ever. It will be infinitely worse than being alone. Also, whatever happens, do not even think of getting married again until your mid-30s. Emo 20s are not marriage years. Not too bad. Fighting the good fight against the long neck menace. Asterisk LOOKS at USERNAME asterisk. Your quest is a strange and curious one. I'm honestly at a fantastic point in my life. Started a new job with a retirement plan. Eating healthy and working out. Focusing on my hobbies with my limited free time. Enjoying being able to live life how I want. I live alone and the loneliness creeps in sometimes. I find it damn near impossible to date due to my location and lack of a physical third place. And it can be overwhelming, having to rely solely on myself. But I think I'm happy. It could absolutely be worse. So I'm grateful to be where I'm for now. My life is peaceful. Just the way I like it. I'm 35. No kids. Never married. Had only a handful of actual relationships and that's it. Currently not looking for a partner. I have friends to keep me company and a pet cat. That's more than enough for me. I never wanted kids or to get married since I was a teenager. Seems so stressful to me. Maybe because I'm more of an introvert. I'm very happy and definitely the happiest out of my friend group. They have kids and in relationships. At this point in life, I don't ever see myself getting into a serious relationship or living with someone else. I'd hate it. I'm a free bad just doing what I want, when I want. Yeah, I like Pal World too. 33. Pretty damn great. Good job. Amazing friends. Most of them are married now and some have kids and it's been absolutely awesome being able to be a part of their lives. I thoroughly enjoy the freedom to do whatever I want and when I want to. Do I want to go to the bar because my friend asked me to come? Then I go. Do I wanna play video games all night? Then I play video games all night. Do I wanna go on a spontaneous trip somewhere? Then I go. I have no real desire to settle down with someone, so I'm perfectly content by myself. That being said, if the right person came my way, then awesome. If she never comes my way, it's still awesome. I'll be happy one way or the other. Only bring kids into this world if you can properly support and care for them. Too many kids left stranded and traumatized by useless parents who only care about themselves. Bro, you actually watched the whole video. I'd give you a high five if I was a human. Make sure to click the like button and subscribe for more great content. See you next time.